interesting with Raj. I anticipate he'll swap off the Finks and pick up the Hank instead. But Finks, as far as a way of dealing with some of the long-range brawlers, can be pretty strong. It would mean that Patchy does basically nothing when that super's up.
Yeah, great point. I mean, those shots are going to slow to a crawl when they're inside that Finks super, and he'll be able to move aside pretty comfortably. Really handy brawler. Kind of nice in, in these knockout games, because right at the critical moment when you know your opponents are trying to take advantage of their range or looking to pressure you out, and you have that super up, you can turn the tables on them entirely. Angelo doesn't get through often. It's very rare we see this one come up, so look out for Zeus to hit very hard with these single taps. There goes Diego trying to lock Luffy down. At least it's a trade, so that's fine. It's worst case scenario, I think, for the kick dive in, I guess.
Okay, they're starting with knockout, and it looks like both of them have one brawler that's out. But hopefully they're getting pawned. Hopefully they can get into that.
A lot of times you see the Finks actually used with the recall gadget, the one that returns you to the state you were just a few seconds ago. Instead, it was used to lock that Kit into position, and Kit just utilized, some good timing to jump up at the correct moment. BC Gaming are having a tough time also shipping through the health that RBM has to work with. They don't really have the damage to do so, and it's feeling like a Tribe Gaming win right here. If anything, they want to deny that supercharge to Zeus, which has been kind of unsuccessful. RBM's going to clean up over here. I mean, Evac's going to give it his best shot, but won't be able to deal with Zeus by the looks of things. Just one more shot would do it. Zeus has gotten a hypercharge out of this extended encounter as well.
It's going to be so important. If there is any form of hard engage that comes down, Zeus, the fact that his little pool can move along with him, give him that healing and also dissuade any hard engage. The problem for MX especially, and I guess Diego Gamer doesn't want to tangle with that either. Actually took 2 shots back-to-back from Zeus towards the end of that last round, but he sort of just stood still inside the bushes. Very easy for Zeus to pick him up. Now again, it's about dodging that early poke damage. Actually struggling with that in this occasion again, but Diego Gamer's gotten close, shows himself, goes for
this is gonna be crazy. Oh my god. It looks like we're winning. Let's go.
RBM is actually ready to fire back. Both he and Zeus have their hypercharges ready. FX and Diego Gamer now backing up. They combined and they weren't ready to commit at all. Ideally, they could have softened up some of the enemies first, but didn't really look like it was in the books for them. Actually, on this hard, he's just not had the damage output that they viewed, despite the fact that he is reliably hitting these shots. RBM cornering everyone in. Diego Gamer going to be the second to last one to fall. Just before
Let's go. Let's go.
Clean up flawlessly.
Yeah, strong showing there in that.
Alright, now they just gotta get one more for that, then they win the first match of 5. Can't remember if they do more, because it's the finals.
And he himself can't do a whole lot. I think it was at that point that they sort of realized it was time to pack it in, and they're going to struggle from there on out. Good looks though, Tribe Gaming, cool, calm, collected. Zeus on the Angelo, definitely a force to be reckoned with.
He was aggressed very early on. Diego Gamer went for it right off the beginning of the game. Zeus hits him with one. RBM looking for another one. He's got that speed boost, star power, that gives him a bit of additional speed when he has that bubble fully charged, and it almost let him close the gap versus Diego Gamer. For now, though, PC Gaming has found a chance to retreat into the confines of their home base, but they don't have any more room to retreat. It's time for them to actually combine. FX.
Alright, the kit is gone.
On the right side, and he's basically a dead man.
They're no longer kitted, but can they... Okay, RT is gone, but could they get the Ollie?
He's also keeping himself on low health to minimize the charge that Tribe Gaming is able to get out of him.
Good little note to pick up there. It looks like his Pix gadget forcibly separates the kit from the Ollie. So that's why Diego Gamer actually ends up going down first there while the Ollie gets locked in place. That seems like a backbreaker. That's the last thing that Diego wants, because the whole point of him joining up with MX is to shield his relatively low health pool.
It's really interesting because BC Gaming obviously were not expecting this, given the way
on.
they played into this.
Oh shoot! Okay, the Angelo. Zeus.
And a rapid one at that. Maybe some of it
Zeus.
the fact that Luffy was not actually it's got to be off cooldown now. And BC Gaming have also realized that, okay, this is what's happening. We gotta make sure that we don't combine.
You could have clutched up.
The kid super able to freeze RBM. It's 2v2.
Alright, now they just gotta get Patchy.
It's Patchy versus the world.
Wrong choice of time.
Let's go.
there's just not enough burst damage there with the RT, unless he maybe drops legs to actually punish that. So like you said, I agree. I think an outdraft there for Tribe Gaming. D'Angelo is very powerful on this map because, of course, he gets off the mark so fast that he can shoot the enemy team while they're still on like a straight corridor that leads out into the open and get a lot of...
I've been trying to spectate, but it won't actually let me spectate because it always says spectating is pending.
Just a little reminder here, again, those two teams have been back-to-back standing in the monthly finals in this region. Both times it was a 3-1 for Tribe Gaming. Just to put on a little bit more pressure for BC. We still believe in you guys, though. Just maybe get a little bit of a better cost. You really weren't a fan of it over Kit and Ollie. It just seems like Kit has better synergy with other brawlers.
Diego Cameron, I don't even know necessarily if you want to be jumping to a teammate all that often, especially because you got completely countered by the Finks gadget. As soon as Diego realized that, wait a minute, why am I dying first? Even though I'm still attached, oh, I'm not. I've been forcibly split apart. I think at that point you really have to change your game plan. And yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna try to see if I can spectate on my phone because my iPad just will not let me spectate.
12,000 health tank, though, ideally. In that situation, RBM was low, right, in this replay. RBM was able to clean things up, so it will also...
Okay, it's not actually letting me spectate you.
Around, but, you know, maybe there's other options you want to dive on if you can get the answer. It does seem...
Why are you... I thought you hated Bonnie!
Great set for BC Gaming. Solid draft for Twilight Gaming. It's really hard to see too many of these.
No. No, don't do the... You don't have to do this to yourself. Like, use like Juju or something.
Even if BC Gaming wins, they can't actually first.
Use Juju!
They are more than 15 points apart.
I hope BC Gaming had time to scrim the finals maps, even with their sub, because it's a map that Tribe Gaming has already played in their quarterfinal. It could be an advantage now for BC if they have been paying attention and looked to what Tribe was playing there, and they can ban it out or pick it up themselves.
Why has it gotten to this point?
Advantage for Tribe because they...
Why has it gotten to this point?
Ring of Fire, the Drake
Why?
The comp the Tribe Gaming was showing us. Let's see if the same three brawlers are...
Why would you... Why? Can you please explain why?
Talk also about like draft preparation. Here you said just a moment ago, like, oh, what if they have time to score the final match? And yeah, I've exchanged a few messages.
Wait, you actually like using her?
30 seconds ago, and he's informed me that they have no prep whatsoever, and they had no time between the sets or matches to do anything. They don't even have data on these last
They still believe in you guys.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, this is the real-time communication as well. I think those messages actually will reach them, which is a very sweet thing, because they are,
Tribe Gaming won.
But this is rough for BC Gaming. To repeat, they just don't have preparation for this, while the opposite has to be true for Tribe Gaming, because they have the finals in their sights.
Heading into draft now, folks. Ring of Fire, our second and Tribe Gaming so far in a one-set lead.
Yeah, he's actually using Bonnie because it has gone to this point, but he's not explaining why. There's no reason why. Oh, thank God, okay. Ham. Not a little better, but still not good. Okay, it looks like Luffy is using B. That's a pretty decent choice, but I don't know if it would work. I think they've banned Lumi every single time.
I think the sort of the picks you called out
Every single time.
All of them excellent on this kind of map. Really, really potent. You may not feel like you have to play the Draco necessarily here. Obviously, there's no like, sort of Hank at large, so you don't have to sort of deal with that.
They got Stu.
Going to come in here. What kind of prep, if at all, can BC Gaming possibly put together? My guess is probably none. I mean, I don't really know how you're supposed to come into this kind of match already. Like, are you expecting to make it into a grand final with a substitute player? Perhaps you're focusing more on scrimming for the maps in the series that would at least guarantee that you'd make the dubs, right? That quarterfinal. Yeah, we just might be on the other side of tomorrow. These guys have no idea really what's happening. They're just, trying to see.
Carl? Again?
This isn't more preparation. This is just prioritization. They need to make it to LAN, and there's plenty to win at LAN besides stuff just for your region. Okay, that is the BC Gaming region. Besides, they're already at second place in the entire region, and they're basically facing the unkillable enemy in the grand finals repeatedly. they still can fall back to that intuition. That's something that we discussed earlier, is that they're still really good players, and they have this raw talent when it comes to the draft, when it comes to playing the brawlers individually. But they are...
Yo, we got Chester! Let's go!
...do this versus Tribe, who have been looking into the future to sort of scrying in terms of which brawlers are going to be most effective here. We saw that Finks be an excellent, like, heads-up brawler in terms of separating the kit from whatever it is attached to. And I think we can also write that expectation that stuff like that is going to continue throughout.
You're going on Smash Brothers. Going on Smash Brothers.
Draco would be the last in this year.
And they got Draco!
Perhaps if they'd had time, if they'd watched the Try games for Try Gaming, they would have known to expect this. But god darn, this comp is so well rounded. We know that Draco is an absolute nightmare. Hank is not available. Is there any brawler that can actually stand up and fight this Draco here?
I'm so surprised. If only they watched.
Abby, you just go get your socks. Alright.
Oh my goodness.
8-bit for them. Wow. That could go in a lot of different ways,
Okay,
you know?
so
Like,
hear me out here. I don't think it's better than B, really, but it is a way of dealing with the dude, we're all so pleased here, I think. It's just
Make yourself. You're like, I'm so happy. And then you're like, we're all so happy right now. I'm like, no, just you.
What? I thought Sunny would be pleased with her predictions on the bans.
You really want to throw it out again? You want to take that risk?
I think that's true. That's true. You know, last time you got kicked off the cast.
Wow. That's crazy. Here we go. Zeus in mid, of course, on the B. RBM will eventually want to step up and start to contest this as well. For the time being,
I'm just looking at something, but I'll look at the game in a second.
But already, Luffy's swing across from right to left allows Zeus onto the point. There's a heat ejector drawn out of Diego Gamer, and RBM feels like it's good enough for him to go.
Zeus is pretty much straight lining this forward. Patchy, though, is doing the thing on Stu. It's one of his most comfortable brawlers. It's one that he's actually really well known for, but it's not enough to completely circumvent this defense that Tribe Gaming has established over here. We'll see Evex actually get the super up as well. And who needs plugged in when you have Patchy that throws the turret down for you?
Yeah, it's kind of nice having a speed zone, and that means you can go for the boosted booster instead. Big fan of that. Patchy, though, does get flattened. Luffy on the Chester, it's just a little bit too strong of a pick, and he's able to wrap through now, and he inhabits the bushes. Patchy able to avoid most of the devastation from that bomb super. But then there's Zeus. Then there's RBM to step up. There's just layers and layers of final bosses here for BC Gamer to try and get through. And Tribe are looking pretty comfortable out there.
There are numerous challenges on the field. I have to name number one as being Zeus on this beat. He's such a mechanically skilled player. You know, maybe even like stealing the show for the team. And then also placing him on that B, which has run the show so many times in a row, is a recipe for success. Nothing that really BC Gaming could do into that. There was a mentality there with... Okay,
alright, it looks like Tribe has won that first round. Now they just gotta win another round, and then they need... Hopefully they win this match, and then the next match, and then they're off to Dallas. I just really hope that Tribe Gaming actually wins, like, the cup. Oh wow, that's crazy. It's not. It's on your. It's on your main. Like you are on my club on your mini, but not on your main. Well, one of your minis. I'll say that.
Different approach this time. Diego Gamer taking that left lane, Patchy on the right. He's shut down by Luffy, who also swapped over to the right side.
That's actually crazy.
But Luffy's got his back. Now Patchy rushing in pretty much solo, and only needed one more shot to finally eliminate Zeus. FX, with a quick heads up on the left side, was able to rid those bushes of the pest. But RBN is back to cause yet another infestation of these bushes. It's distracting BC Gaming from this huge thing at mid, where Zeus is finally encroaching on the territory once again. Slow down on FX, could not get the kill. Diego Gamer with a wide swing around the left side also got a kill, but Luffy has been instrumental in exploding things on the top right using a hypercharge to clear out any semblance of BC Gaming control.
Now the speed zone very quickly cleared. 69% and counting here. Patchy. Okay. I don't think RBM needed those extra couple salvos of fire to eliminate him, but he just wanted to make it clear. Maybe there's some acrimony in that exchange. Zeus backs up here, and Patchy slowed up by the Iron Hive. He could not even get the touch. Here's Tribe Gaming, 100 to 12%. Extremely one-sided set, and one of the quickest we've had all weekend.
It's falling apart right now. We didn't even see.
That's what happened to me. It might just be a bug, honestly.
Like, there were a few plays where it's like, oh cool, they got killed, and it was immediately rectified by Tribe Gaming because they got the counter or they got the trade or something like that. And that's exactly what we observed in Knockout as well. It continues here, and it only becomes more dumb.
We kind of expected that, right? Already coming into draft, we were talking about how maybe they didn't really have time to get the prep in for the finals itself because they made certain to get the prep in for the other rounds. It goes on the here to Whoa.
Alright, so Tribe Gaming did good yet again. Now they only wait, does that mean that they only have to win one more game? Let's go. Alright. That's gonna mean that we're gonna be able to end the live stream soon, but I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to play some games. I don't know what you guys want to do. Okay.
He cannot just sort of sit back, play around his damage booster. It's always been cleared. When you have side lanes that are winning so heavily, and an incredibly powerful mid that has a lot of self-heal, I'll call it, in terms of, like built-in slows, it's really hard to overcome. And I mean, the look on Diego Gomez's face is like, yeah, they got us. Honestly, they got us in the draft. There's really not much we can do about it.
Yeah, I think you figured it out here, Uber. We commented on Zeus's Re before, and he just looked like a menace on this board, just tapping left and right. And as you mentioned, the two lanes just constantly winning. There was no chance for BC Gaming.
I can hear double audio because I'm listening to it from my computer, and I can hear your audio from it, Ducky. Come on, come on, Tribe. It's Brawl Ball. It's easy. I might go outside. I might actually go outside after this. There's like a park that's like 5 minutes. There's a park that's like 5 minutes away. Guys, I might actually go to the park. It's only like 5 minutes away from my house. Should I? Or do you think it'll get too dark?
We actually saw one of those scenarios earlier today where
Tyler.
the team just found themselves
Tyler.
simply off the bans.
Should I go to the park? I want to go to the park after this stream, but I don't know if I should.
BC Gaming getting rid of that B, of course, but Lou has been left wide open. That is,
and of course, you don't answer my question.
Also, the Poco is wide open.
And a little cringe.
I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back, guys.
Maybe something a little more hard hitting. It's definitely been when available's been picked up more frequently, it's been off the table. Very powerful to be able to cycle supers and a hypercharge will essentially lock you down for a long period of time. It's also really dirty against Hank because you can just pop his bubble by freezing him up. Look at that disgust on MX's face. He's thinking about picking Lou. I can see it. He's considering going to the dark side. Don't do it, brother. Stay in school. Stay in the right lane.
Lou? I would have hoped for a meeple here, honestly. Maybe Max for a mid. And throwers, yes, 2 of them are banned out from the side of Tribe Gaming, but we could still see a Larry. We could still see a Juju. They left the best 2 open, in my opinion, ready.
They've got some good options here. It's just a mystery of like, okay, there's the Max as well. You talk about Juju, I think that gets even stronger here because that that Stu is out of the question in terms of wall break. Jackie now going to be the strategy that BC Gaming go with. They know that they have to bring out the big guns in sort of the pre-packaged victories because they're sort of flying by the seat of their pants right now. Now, Tribe Gaming were prepared for something like this, no doubt, because
Go to the park, so I won't.
Every possible draft that they can think of and think of a way to solve that scenario. But they have started with something that is a pretty broad sort of canvas for them to build a company.
Yeah. That's true, that's pretty insane. Killer, obviously, they are.
Whoa! Tribe chose Willow? Interesting choice, actually.
Alright, we gotta hold it up here. Obviously, this is a pick that we've seen often on Brawl Ball maps. Being able to take control of someone and potentially score an own goal is really, really powerful, but there are some distinct drawbacks to using the Willow.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not operating with much damage, first of all. You're also susceptible to things getting in close range. Now, you have a gadget that you
Tribe, the people who are like really into like making sure that they have good picks for brawlers.
Say for Patchy on this Jackie, which I anticipate he will be playing since he's a really good Jackie. And I think Willow will also.
But they also chose Trash. I mean, no, not Trash. Ash. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
Getting some pretty crazy picks coming into Super Beach. I'm definitely here for it. That's a brawler that Diego Gamer can use to really threaten.
And Diego chose Shade. Very interesting pick to choose Shade.
Might indicate that BC Gaming want to be the aggressors here. Tribe, though, they like to play at that pace, right? They're an up-tempo team. That's why they tend to drop.
Oh, Tribe. Yes, he chose Willow, but we gotta make sure that we win. Because, like, honestly, I kind of just want this to be over. But also, I want to make sure that I get the Pro Pass XP. I don't think you get any more for the if you choose the right one for the final, though, right?
Today, actually, Gamer waiting for the opportunity. That was Zeus diving underwater.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting Willow to be the best. But Chester, not bad. Which super is that?
To encroach on Luffy's territory. Instead, they're trying to provide a foundation for Diego Gamer to
Bro, you guys are clearly ignoring me.
Getting close to RBM, where he actually does have a winning matchup. If
I was just saying, like,
super is available.
I think Chester was like the best choice here. I don't know how Willow and Ash are gonna do though.
FX now picking up the ball, or at least trying to get close to it. RBM with the rats of justice now laying down the hammer on FX, and it's looking like a slaughter.
That's true. That is true. Compared to like I mean Chester, like it's good because like its attack like starts out short, but then it can go wide as he attacks. And his hypercharge combines 3 of his supers, right? So, all right, and they just scored. So we gotta win 2 rounds. Although. Choosing Max is interesting for this kind of map, just because it's not really open.
They got plenty of firepower. FX with the super forward.
Oh, dang it. BC. And Patchy scored. Wow.
Despite that hypercharge from RBM, it was just not enough to fend off that offense. That is the power of having that high health Jackie running towards the enemy team. They have to obey your presence. With the Jackie out of the question, Zeus has another mind control. Gonna walk in.
Yo, okay. Good.
It is tough.
Alright, they just need one more round. Come on, guys. My boys. Well, technically, I don't know anyone at Tribe. I haven't even met Lex. But you guys need to win. We need to win. Like, I think I know why my Twitch stream isn't getting much traction. Because I don't even have a category for it.
Zeus burns the gadget early. Diego's still probably able to take them down after the fact, and they do. An important fight there for Patchy to win, and the field is open. BC Gaming have the run of the place.
Oh, okay, Diego. That's not good. Ah, shoot.
He picked up 2 kills as Max, which is not usually a brawler that gets a whole lot of kills. But I digress. BC Gaming.
That's true. You know, that is what that announcer said is actually true.
On the left side, and Diego Gamer narrowly wins the interaction on the right side. Luffy is able to break things open, or perhaps not. He was able to take down Patchy, so it's a good thing that FX respawned when he did. Otherwise, that would have been a goal for Tribe.
No, but Jackie.
What the heck was that?
No. Okay, they still got one. They still got one more round, and even if they lose this one, there's still 2 more. I mean, there's still like 2 more chances. So, yeah.
And there's life in their veins, yes.
Patchy holding up the number 1 there with his finger because they're not going to get swept. Congratulations. That's actually huge for them because they really did have a tough time just finding any sort of momentum here. And if it's going to be with the speed from Max combined with that of Jackie and her hypercharge, then so be it. They got to get a game win in here somewhere, and they got to have something to build a platform off of. Patchy with a little toss over to Diego. Zeus with the interception. Tribe Gaming now running it to the other side.
Yeah, RBM can walk it up here. Shay just doesn't quite have the deeps needed. And BC Gaming overextend just a little bit.
Come on. Okay, well, Max Patchy activated the super. So, what really needs to happen is Chester has gotta like make sure that he did activate that one super, which is good. So they just gotta get the other two supers. I mean, and then like get the hyper charge would be amazing right now. Oh god, come on. Ash is so close to the ball. RBM is so close to the ball.
They already took down Evex. Now up next is Diego Gamer. Wall broken open on the left side. It's a wide open pass. Evex, despite his best efforts, is still gonna get spun on. Spinning.
Yes!
With a 3-piece.
Let's go! Tribe! Let's go!
This is just a Sunday.
Yo, they're literally putting
Hold on. Is that the Italian brain rot?
What the hell?
They are?
No.
I don't see that.